This is Sam from Uniondale, and you're tuning into another edition of the Sam I Analyze Show. He's back. The Knicks have their backup center situation resolved. Precious Achiuwa has been re-signed. Let's analyze. What took the Knicks so long? We knew Precious Achiuwa was in the wings. I saw him working out a few days ago in Miami. They said Precious Achiuwa was in communication with the Knicks the whole time. He was on the radar for different contenders, but the Nigerian, now New York product, and a kid who grew up right here in New York. He said, he wanted to be here. So, how do we feel about this, Knicks fans? Precious Achiuwa, a guy who we saw this year, played very well. He played fairly well. Yes, he did. Precious Achiuwa did. He was a solid contributor for the Knicks. And look, he fits the timeline. 24 years young. Here's the deal. I'm a Precious Achiuwa fan. He's a hard worker. He's a New York City kid. But my problem is he's 6'8". And ideally, I would really want to use him as a backup for Julius Randle. And I think that's what Tom Thibodeau would want to do as well. Be a backup for Julius Randle at 6'8". But I got to thinking, I'm like, you just lost Isaiah Hartenstein, the 7-footer. Was this the Knicks move all along? I don't know. Because here's the deal. Contrary to the quote-unquote executive in the East who said the Knicks had a bad offseason, especially because they lost Isaiah Hartenstein, I got to looking, and I'm like, all right, I got to thinking, and I'm like, all right, Mitchell Robinson is always hurt. We get it. We know. But who do they really have to worry about in the East? I mean, right up the turnpike. You've got Joel Embiid, who, according to Kevin Durant a few weeks ago, said, I don't know if Joel Embiid is a true 7-footer. I don't know if a guy like a Bam Adebayo is really 6'10". Kevin Durant's like, I'm 6'9". Bam is probably 6'8". Look, the Sixers have Joel Embiid, 7 feet. Andre Drummond, who is not really a Tom Thibodeau guy, so I know a lot of Knicks fans, why don't they go get Andre Drummond? 6'11". By the way, I didn't even realize he's just about to turn 31. It feels like he's been in the league forever, y'all, but Andre Drummond, those two guys can be a headache for the Knicks, especially with only a Mitch Robinson. And, you heard the rumors that the Knicks were looking at guys like Clint Capella, who I think would have been great, averaging 11.5 points a game, 10.6 rebounds, 57% from the field. But he's only, I got to look at him, I'm like, dude, he's not even 7 feet. He's 6'10". So, Knicks fans, how do you feel about Precious being back? He played very well under Tibbs. But is this... the whole thing with Precious was a surprise because the Knicks had his... not that he was back, but the way it was done, the Knicks had his bird rights. He relinquished his no trade. Had me thinking like, wow. I mean, does this mean that Precious was made aware that, hey, you may be moved? Could there be another chess move made? It's Leon Rose. Absolutely. But, I'm looking. I said already that a guy like Bam Adebayo is 6'8". Clint Capella 6'10". And I'm like, all right, hold on. Maybe the Knicks don't have to go look in other people's backyard. Precious, maybe he will. He's a solid backup when you play small ball. But you've got a Jericho Sims who's a legit 6'10". Maybe he, who's been putting in work, working with a Mike Bibby with the jumpers. And I get it. The summer workouts, y'all, I get it. I'm not impressed. And we saw Mitchell Robinson shooting threes before. Knicks fans, we saw the Grimes of the world, the Grimy, when he was here doing his thing in the offseason and did nothing when he got here. Maybe he does his thing in Dallas. And RJ Barrett working on his jump shot, shooting off the dribble. Whatever, man. But there's a guy who, and I get it, I spoke about Clint Capella, obviously Kessler, Walker Kessler from Danny Ainge and Utah. I don't think that's happening. And I mean, Danny Ainge is Danny Ainge. Nobody plays ball with Danny Ainge. But I am of the belief that the Knicks may have found a guy who they can groom and possibly become another prospect to come through the Knicks farm system. He fits the timeline, by the way. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about one Dmytro Skapensev, the 7'1" center from Ukraine who did his thing in the Summer League. Now I get it. Summer League. It's Summer League. Kevin Knox looked like the second coming of Kevin Durant. I get all of it. But he's a big guy. I think he's got a high basketball IQ, can shoot the rock. I don't know. Maybe. But the Knicks have kept their options open. Precious Achiuwa is back. I believe as of August 6th, the Knicks can move some of the guys. I mean, it's going to be real interesting, y'all, what the Knicks do. But I'm happy with what, the Knicks are doing. It was what took so long. The Knicks, Precious is 24. He got a $6 million 1-year deal. It's going to be really interesting to see what the Knicks do. Do the Knicks move on? Speaking about young guys, I mean, does Tyler Kolek get moved? I believe he can get moved as early as August 6th. So, I mean, do they use him as a piece to go get a Kessler? Is that a guy who Danny Ainge was possibly looking at? Again, I'm looking at it as if Precious Achiuwa wants to be a backup 4, and that's what Tibbs wanted him to do. So, again, it's going to be very interesting. But with that said, welcome back, Precious. Welcome back. Now, Game 2 of the Olympics will be later on today, this afternoon, 3 p.m. And there was a little bit of controversy. I didn't make a video on it. I let the last one marinate a little longer. The previous video that I did about Joel Embiid chirping. But oddly enough, I mean, there was another controversy. Jayson Tatum did not play in a 26-point blowout, mind you. Whatever. Everybody's like, how do you not play Jayson Tatum? Well, what do you want Steve Kerr to do? Kevin Durant came off the bench, coming off injury and everything. What do you want Steve Kerr to do? I thought at the end of the day, it's about winning, right? Not about, well, you didn't play him. See, when you start playing these funny games, that's when you start losing games. Now, I know people, well, it's Jayson Tatum. Yeah, and you're trying to win a gold, right? Come on now. And they play a South Sudan who LeBron James had to bail USA in the final moments with that layup at the end. So, I mean, is Steve Kerr saying now, oh, my bad. I forgot we had Jayson Tatum. Like, we're going to play him. Like, I mean, look, listen, don't play a guy just to placate him and his ego. And no, it's about winning this thing, man. And just be a good teammate at the end of the day. Just be honored to be one of the 12. That's all I would say about that. Now, as NFL training camp is going on, I guess this is going to be, it's about that time. The Jets' Robert Saleh, he said, and he gets the quote of the day. He says his instinct is to keep the 40-year-old quarterback on the sideline for all 3 of the Jets' preseason games. Good, Robert. That's the way to go. Don't get him injured. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Folks, I'm on most social media platforms. On Facebook, at SamIAnalyze. On Instagram, at SamIAnalyze. On the platform known as, formerly known as Le Twitter, at SamIAnalyze. Your boy's also now on TikTok. Please like, share, subscribe, and you see that notification bell to the right. Please click on that. That will let you know the next time I drop another video. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, à tout à l'heure.